Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer, Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. To join Dee live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, call 206-402-0100 and enter PIN number 161329#. And don't forget, Dee can also be heard on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. And now, here's Dee.
Hello, all you beautiful people that I so love. I'm home. Yes, I'm coming to you from my studio in my home. Gosh, it's good to be home. I mean, I love what I do, and I love to travel, and I just love. We could leave it at that, which is kind of what I want to talk about today. You know, I just got home from doing this wonderful film about love, and the whole experience, guys. And I do mean this, the whole experience was love. The producer and the director were just love personified. The cast was love personified. The whole experience was just love. And, you know, they came and said, you know, we want to add your last scene to tomorrow's work so you can go home a day early. And my heart kind of sank, you guys, because I really didn't want to leave him. And that just doesn't happen usually on a set. And the work, everyone, all the actors were so good and so wonderful as people. And the director and producer would come up to all of us and say, is there anything we could get you to make your day better? And I just want you to hear that that's pretty much how my life works on a day-to-day level because of this work. And I want that for you. So I'm asking all of you, did you start your day by directing what you want today? Did you start your day yesterday? Did you end your day yesterday by thanking the universe? By directing what you wanted today? By telling your body that you love it? By setting up what you wanted to create today? Did you start your day by opening your heart and your chakras and directing what you want? I want for your lives what I have in my own. Lives of love. Lives that work. Lives that flow. Lives where you get up in the morning and you love to live. And you create those lives, guys. You create those lives. But you have to be proactive to do that. You have to know that you are the gods of you. And take responsibility for the creation of those. Now, if you are experiencing a lack somewhere in your life right now, or a negative somewhere in your life right now, that's what you created before. You can redirect that in your life now. And you have to be proactive to do that. It's about redirection. It's about creating a new muscle, just like going to the gym. You can do it. You're the only one that can do it. Okay? I want you to have what I have. That experience that I just had on that set is the experience of life I want you all to have. Okay? So get busy. And we're going to go to the callers. I want you to have your question ready. And I want you to ask, what steps have I taken myself to create this? Okay, I think this is Brian, and we're going to start with you because you know the work. Brian, is this you in New York?
It's me.
Hi.
Amazing how I tend to be the last to call in and the first to be called upon.
Well, you've been with me for a hell of a long time, dude. You know the work. When I say you've done the work around your question, it goes to no.
Well, maybe that's why I'm calling. So I had an interesting experience a couple of days ago. I've been working with my little child, directing what I thought my little child may need to know, and I'm still trying to, well, no, let me correct that. I hate that word trying.
Thank you.
Giving my little child guidance as to, what my child may need to know. But as I'm driving down the street, I saw a young mother and her young child on the corner, and I saw the mother slap the little child on the butt. And that just triggered such deep emotions in me. And I was like, wow. And, I had to ask myself, okay, what's going on? And of course, brought back so many memories of my own childhood of, punishments and, things I was told. I'm like, okay, so now I really get a good sense of, what my child needs to heal from, things I was told as a child, assurances that, I know my inherent goodness. I know what I am deserving of, but I just want to see what the channel has to say in relation to that.
So in other words, what's the highest thing your little child needs to heal?
Yeah.
Okay, are we going to a core belief? Yes, this page here. Basically, I can never be God. So I'm not in power. I'm not in power. So somebody else has the right to hit me. Somebody else has the right to take my power away. That's what happens when we are physically abused as a child. Highest, most correct, most complete. Yeah. We wouldn't put that together as a child, but ultimately that's when we grow into the adult state. That's what our little child takes with us.
Okay.
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you now?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Because as you were talking, and I was testing while you were talking, it said, yes, you've done the work for the little child, but not the adult. So you've given the power back to the little child, but not the adult.
Wow.
The adult
Okay.
has to know that he's God. So everybody on the call, on behalf of your adult self, we are claiming for our adult selves, I know that I am the God of me and the creator of me. Invoking the symbol formula by the flame golden light. We are divine love, and so it is. Okay? There's nothing else, Brian. Okay?
Thank you, my love. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for everybody. All right. We are going to Miss Reva. Hold on. Let me get you on. You are on. Hi,
All
Reva.
right. Well, good morning, doll, and everyone else. I talked to you the other day, and I was talking about coming on and really affirming this work in the creation of what we want at any given moment, regardless of what it is that's going on. And we've talked a couple of weeks ago on the show about the experience of cancer showing up and what did I choose, direct and command with love, my experience to be from that. And still moving through that, yet the surgery is now complete. And I've talked to you several times about how wonderful every single person has been. And I said that before with the biopsy and the mammogram and all that stuff. But now I'm talking about the entire team from checking in at 5:15 in the morning and getting the dye shot into my body the day before, through the whole experience of the surgery and getting picked up when it was over. And the fact and truth that we are able to create that, because the word cancer strikes fear in everybody, because that's what we are taught. So when you and I were working on, it's an experience of cancer, not the truth of who and what our bodies truly are, allowed me to step into being open and willing to receive the good that could come from it. Now, is there pain? Was it a thrill? No. But everyone made it so easy. And they've called to check on me. And so many people talk about the healthcare system. And I will say that, yeah, it's not the easiest and it can really suck. But the care, and that's where I think the focus needs to be, is the care that the caregivers want to give us, because they are there to be of service. And that is what I experienced.
That's what you created, Reva.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to be very clear about that, because during the whole process, you would call me and talk about how present you were in the creation of the experience of what you were having. And I want everybody to hear that you were very, very present every day in creating the experience that you wanted. And people kept showing up in love, with love, in the creation of exactly the experience that you wanted, correct?
Yes, and that's exactly what you talked about with the movie last week. Now, cancer and movie don't seem to go together, but the love is what brings it all together.
Yeah, that's the through line, and that's the through line we want in our lives, is to create our lives with the through line of love in everything that's created. Awesome.
So when you say to folks, did you this morning blank, please figure out a way to do that, whether you think you have time or not, whether you think it's silly or not. Because listen, you and I have been friends for just about 20 years now. And there was a time when I whined and complained and you got on me, and I left your house one time thinking, who does she think she is talking to me that way? And I was driving back over from your house to Pasadena, and I thought, she's right. And getting that hit and creating that awareness and mindfulness is what put me on the path of being willing to start creating what it was I wanted, whether health, money, it doesn't make any difference. So I can't, we can lead them to water but can't make them drink. But somebody called in last week who was afraid of getting radiation treatment. Well, that's what the doctor is going to talk to me about on Wednesday. And I have absolutely no fear of that because I trust her. But I also know that I will create continued health and wellness around whatever the treatment is, because as she said, we don't want the chance of any recurrence. And I said, and it is not invited back.
Right. Your focus is on creating health and wellness.
Continually, for the rest of whatever time I'm here.
That's right. And so whatever, you see, guys, if you're creating that first, you are laying the groundwork for whatever the doctors do. You are enhancing whatever they do first.
Exactly.
Okay.
And there were lots of appointments and lots of filling things out online and all of those things. And I just simply kept putting it on my calendar and showing up. And there were days, especially the 5 o'clock in the morning one, that I thought, oh, you know what, screw this, I don't want to. And then said, nope, not going there, Missy. And stepped right back into showing up for me.
Yes. Good, Reba. Thank you for sharing all that. That's an important thing to hear. Because in the creation process, you have to show up.
That's right. And we have to participate.
And you have to show up with love. You have to choose to show up with love. Thank you. Boy, that was great for everyone to hear. Thank you, Reba. Oh, I love you too, baby. I'm sorry I cut you off on that. All right. We are going to Miss Sandy in Pennsylvania. You're on.
Hi, Dee. Pleasure to
Hi,
talk
babe.
to you. It looks like I've got some kind of, I'm retaining fluid massively, and I'm running short on breath, so I'm going to go to a doctor soon. But I'm wondering if you see anything etherically or what's behind this development.
We're going to a core belief, yes. This page. Here, 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, our seems to be up for everybody somewhere. I'm not supposed to be here and I don't belong, but let's get more specific about what here is. What's going on in your life that you don't want to be there?
I'm trying to get rid of a roommate.
Yep. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, energetically, when you don't want to be somewhere and you're not dealing with it, then it builds back up in you.
It's backing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the more you can go, okay, Sandy, you don't want this roommate here. You know you don't want this roommate here. Acknowledge that within yourself. Why is it your house?
Yeah.
Why can't you just ask her to leave then?
It's hard. I've tried already once. And I gave him another chance. He helps me quite a bit. He assists me.
Okay, well, stop right there. So part of you wants him to leave and part of you doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so you're putting that out to the universe. I want this guy to leave. Oops, no, I don't, because he helps me too much. So the universe goes, okay, well, we'll just keep him there then, because you don't really know what you want.
Right. Yeah. Also, I'm concerned about where he goes because I care about him.
Well, so honey, you're your own worst enemy right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And your body is showing you how conflicted you are.
Okay. Yeah.
So metaphorically, you're retaining him. You understand?
Yes, and it's not working.
No.
Yeah.
You can get, if you're clear, attract another roommate that's good at helping you.
Right.
Or be willing to pay for a handyman that'll come in.
Right.
Okay?
Right, definitely.
But you can't have both. You can't get him out of the house and need him at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
All right. That's your answer.
All right. Thank you so much, Dee.
You bet. Yeah, guys, that's called I want to have my cake and eat it too. It doesn't work. All right, moving on. Nancy in Pennsylvania, you're on.
Hey, Dee, how you doing?
I'm good.
Well, bringing up that cancer topic, I know you had checked and said, yes, go ahead with the hysterectomy. And then I asked AI, and it said even though
AI does not have a consciousness, Nancy. So don't bring AI up with me, anybody. What's your question?
Well, I know they don't have a consciousness, but they said with my diagnosis, natural hormonal treatment could work over surgery. That's all it said. So I'm wondering if you're getting a new reading on
AI
this,
told me to go back on the estrogen patch also, which is a death sentence when you have blood clots. So please don't anybody bring up AI with me. I'm not a believer of it at all.
Well, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's everywhere. All websites I go to are answering.
Okay, so Nancy, what's your question?
Well, when I look at people around me that can barely walk and this and that,
What is your question, Nancy?
My question is, I know I can self-heal, and I wish I could, quote, have others heal. And is it possible? Like, why not? If I'm the creator of me.
Self-healing is absolutely possible. When I say it is possible for most of us in our belief system right now, it goes to no. Is it possible? Yes. In our belief system, the way our belief system is advanced enough right now? No.
So you're saying my mind is holding me back and sort of going the surgery route instead of the new concept of I can heal myself?
I'm saying
through my
that all of
shift?
us, it's a true statement that all of us know that we can heal ourselves. And it's a true statement that our belief systems are not quite advanced enough to totally take that into physical reality. Almost, but not quite.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I be an exception to the rule and start a new paradigm shift?
In this moment right now, it goes to no.
Okay.
Is that possible? Yes. If you get your belief systems more advanced.
Yeah, and I actually am with this mind valley. It's like the silver mind control, how to project into the future what I feel like, what I want. It's like goes hand in hand with what you're teaching and sharing, but it's more like concrete, kind of unbelievable.
Okay, all right. Keep developing that.
Yeah, it's like that silver mind control. Our minds are more powerful than I'm realizing, and it's like, why not? Why not? What have I got to lose?
I agree.
To gain. Okay, I'm going to go for it.
Why don't you do that in conjunction with working with your doctors?
Yes, I will be.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right now, I get that is your highest choice.
Yeah, I hear you. Thank you.
Okay. You bet, Nancy.
Love you.
I love you too, baby. I love you too. Okay. Well, I don't have a name here. We're going to a cell phone. It says New York. Cell phone in New York. 516-297. You're on. Hello?
Hey there.
Hi. Who is this?
It's Kirk.
Hi, Kirk. How are
Hey,
you?
baby. I'm good.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Genevieve also had her hand up, and we have the same beginning exchange there.
Okay. Well, what's your question, babe?
Yeah, just had a birthday. Just had a pretty cool experience leading up to this week. Hang on, Jen, you're gonna have to mute. So, we spent the last week in St. Louis painting murals for a children's hospital.
Oh, how beautiful!
With attendees at what do you call it? A trade show, and then installing it, and a wonderful trip back just in time. I don't usually share my age publicly, but we finished the mural 50 feet from Route 66. We made a marathon drive back to New York so I could be at the book release for a poetry anthology I'm in, and my poem was published on page 66, and I read it on my 66th birthday.
Wow, Kirk, congratulations. What a week.
Yeah.
Wow, good creating, my friend. That's
Thank
awesome.
You. Yeah. So on all that and doing my daily direction, I am still feeling up in the air and emotional turmoil, and I don't know if it's just post-event, like ending a movie shoot, post-event down, or if it's things in flux. And I'd like to know if there's anything I can get in alignment that will bring me a more centered and joyful peace.
Yeah, I know what you're feeling, because I've been feeling it for a few weeks also. It feels like anxiety, doesn't it?
100%. Exactly what I identified this morning.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
But that's what it feels like. And what it is, because I've been testing it for myself, what it is, Kirk, and it's going to my big yes here, is, holy hell, I've got everything I want. That's what it is.
Mm.
And what do I do now that I don't have to worry? What do I do now that I don't have to struggle? What do I do now that I don't have to stress? What do I do now that I can just relax and be happy? That's the feeling that Kirk is calling anxiety. I get a yes,
well,
babe.
I do. I don't have the full relax thing because I returned and I'm in one of those cycles of hand to mouth, and not quite hand to mouth financial situations. And
okay, now wait. So as soon as you said that, the pendulum goes to no. And the channel is saying that is indeed what you're used to. And it's a true statement that that's not the state you're in now.
I have been directing a peaceful movement forward, like with the poetry. I put out a number and I say, regardless of what other people may perceive, this is what I'm calling in. And a majority of the time, or I should say at least half the time, I am in that state where I say, okay, I know this is manifested and it's coming. And
okay, well, you just counteracted what you said.
Okay.
I know this is manifested and it's coming.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know this is manifesting and it's here. And at the moment, I'm uncomfortable because of my old comfort zone of the hat I used to wear.
Okay. No, Kirk, you're counteracting yourself right and left here. Guys, before I forget it, the next webinar, which should be posted and you can sign up for now, is going to be on camera, and it's how to channel. Now, look, everything you're saying is an incorrect way of directing energy, and you have been with me from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You're bringing in a bunch of negatives, sweetheart. You never bring in a negative when you're directing energy. First of all, How much do you want? Come on, quick. How much do you want?
Altogether?
Yeah, how much do you want to make? How much do you want?
This year, $278,000, I believe $65 after taxes.
Okay. You don't care how that comes in.
Nope.
You don't care if it's from your poetry, from your art, from acting, from the lotto, from a combination of all of it. If you trip over it on the street, you don't care. That's up to the universe's magic. Your job is to go to your love place and command with love that amount of money. Create this with me now. Bring it in to me now. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. When I say that's what you've been doing, I get a big no. And if you listen to this over again, you will hear your words and how the negative and the positive are all mixed together, Kirk. And you know better than that.
And I know that's what, as I said it, I heard your response, and that's why I called in to one of my greatest mentors and best friends of all time for that kind of guidance.
You bet, honey. Happy birthday. Give yourself the greatest gift of loving yourself enough to know that you deserve everything you want. Everything. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what they just said to me? This is one of your beliefs. And it's a lot of artists' belief. This old, starving artist thing is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Artists should be rich. We give so much joy. I'll remind you of the woman who came to my table to tell me that her autistic son, who she had never heard speak in 10 years, went to see E.T. and on the way home started saying every line that E.T. said in the movie. That's a miracle because of a film that I was honored to be a part of. That's what artists and our work does for the world. We deserve every cent we're paid, Kirk. Own that. I have your art up all over my house. Open your arms and receive the money you deserve, sweetheart. Okay?
Thank you.
You bet. Happy birthday. I love you.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, we're moving on. Cheryl in Houston, you're on.
Hey, Dee.
Hi, baby.
Hi. I'm calling with an update, kind of, and a question.
Okay.
So you remember my mom who lives in another state who hadn't let me see her in 21 years till this Christmas. And if she's telling the truth, she's now been sober for about 2 months.
Good for her.
Yeah, due to me really, really, really working with her. She's not ready for the creation concept yet, but working with her on loving herself enough to be accountable for her own health.
Good.
And self-love. Yeah. And what appears to be happening now, and I just want clarification from the channel, is that my question for the channel is, has she now, in doing that, reverted back to just not wanting me as a daughter and out of sight, out of mind? Or is it possible she's got some deep resentments even in her getting sobriety at this point toward me?
Okay, Cheryl, what it's really about is she doesn't like her.
Yeah, I know that.
She doesn't like her. She doesn't like life.
But she stopped speaking to me for almost the whole time, for about 5 months. And I've lovingly talked to her about that. And
okay, but you see, your agenda is to change her.
No, my agenda is to open the door for her to see options and to love her whatever option she takes.
Really?
And I've been yes, check with your pendulum. And I've been very clear with her about that. And I'm shocked at this turn of events. And
so,
I'm angry that she's putting me in a position that I don't want to be in, of having to keep saying, Mom, you know, I'm not going to fight you to have a relationship with you, but I'd really love to have one. Would you like to continue working on that and get us back to where we were at Christmas? And she just keeps acting like nothing's happening, but that's the story of how she's been my whole life. That's her, like you said.
Yeah, and when I ask that question, it goes to no.
Which question?
She doesn't want it, honey.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
And it doesn't have anything to do with you.
Yes.
That's what you have to understand, Cheryl. It doesn't have anything to do with you.
I need clarification on what you just said. So what I'm trying to figure out...
She doesn't want a relationship.
Okay, good. I didn't know if you were saying sobriety or a relationship. Yeah, okay.
She doesn't want a relationship with herself.
Yeah. Right, and that's part of how I got her to choose sobriety, is to help her see that and to see what she could create without using those words with her.
But you see, she doesn't want to create anything.
Okay.
And that's why she drinks. Because
she stopped drinking.
That's why everybody drinks.
Sure.
It's an escape from themselves.
Right.
Okay.
And her whole life's been an escape. I can't find a place in her life where she didn't.
And she's going to continue to escape. So your job, like I chose with my brother, is to love her anyway.
And I am loving her anyway.
Okay.
I'm just not able to talk to her anymore. Apparently.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. And is she actually still sober?
No. I get a no.
Oh, well, that would explain a lot. Okay. All right.
I'm getting the highest, most correct, most complete information. I get a no.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
I know that's not the answer you wanted, baby. I'm sorry.
No, I just want the truth. It's all right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome, baby. Bye-bye. All right. One quick more call. Charlene in California, you're on. Quickly.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, babe.
Just found out I have hearing loss in both ears this week, and it was from damage that occurred at some point in my life, and I wanted to find out from the channel when the damage occurred.
Okay.
What age?
5 through 10, 15, 15, 22, 20. I'm getting around age 22. Don't get too locked into that, but in your early 20s, it started.
Okay, they asked me if I went under anesthesia. I did at age 21. Was it the general anesthesia?
That's the right question. Yeah, I get a yes.
Is that the only time I sustained the damage? Or was there any more?
Is that the right question? I get a yes, babe.
Okay. Thank you. And I loved you in the burrows.
Oh, gosh. Thank you very much.
That was a fun show.
They cut the hell out of my scene, but...
Yeah, I wish it was longer.
Yeah. We had a much longer conversation and went into tears, but, welcome to the movies. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. You bet. All right, guys. I'm very excited for this next webinar. I don't think I've ever done an in-depth webinar on channeling, certainly not on camera. So I hope you join us and really, really, really focus on starting your day, directing your day with love, ending your day, directing the next day with love, living in love, choosing love. Oh my gosh, I want you to have and create a life of love. So let's start it by closing this show with our declaration. Ready? Go to your love place. I love me. I love me. And I love me even more, 'cause I know that's what it's all about.
Thank you for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. And remember, you can hear Dee every week on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.